Because a lot of the captaincy work is done behind closed doors. It's not just about field placements or bowling changes or batting orders. It's about a lot of the stuff that goes on behind the scenes. So I've always found it hard to make judgments on the opposition captains, but if you look at his record, it stacks up very well compared to other Indian captains.
I still remember when we were playing Australia in India, 2001, and he was the first guy who used to go and, say a few things to the batsmen. He used to go and stand on the silly point and just make sure, they are not comfortable on the crease. And probably we looked at him and we started also saying the same sort of thing, and we started, giving them back.
That's the only way we could beat Australia. This is 2011, and whatever little bit of cricket I've been part of since 1996 until now, that's the best possible team I have seen.
He was aggressive. It was controlled aggression, and the way he controlled the team on the field, the various situations where we were challenged, the way we reacted and the way he handled was very good. It was very good.
He had a vision for Indian cricket. He built a team for the future, which is paying dividends till today. Harbhajan, Sehwag, Yuvraj, and many others had the protective hand of Saurav on their head when Saurav's Team India conquered new territories.
I remember those days when I was out of the team for a lot of other reasons, not just cricketing reasons. I was chucked out of the cricket academy, and a lot of things happened in my life, and Saurav was the first person who supported me at that time. I was nowhere, not even in the first 30 for the probables against Australia, when they came over in 2001, and I did well in that season.
Let's have a look at a full toss. Well, you can't see where the ball bounced first.
And we all as a team produced results, so everything was heading in the right direction. The force became a formidable force.
And there's the double 100 for VVS Laxman. Oh, he's batted that. Oh, he's given him! He's given him! Umpire Bansal's given him! That's the end of the test match.
I still remember the first test that we won against Australia, where we came back from behind. I've never played in world cricket in an atmosphere like that. And the last day after tea, there must have been 100,000 watching and another 25,000 sitting on the footsteps watching the test match.
Bajan Singh. Oh, he's got it away. This'll be it. He'll come back for the second. India have won the test match. India have won the
series. Final frontier. That's how Steve Waugh defined Australia's tour of India in 2001. His marauding team was stopped after 16 straight victories at Saurav's backyard. Lakshman and Dravid played the innings of their life in one of the greatest series of all time. Saurav's Team India crossed many a boundary as they started to win abroad more frequently to put away the tag of being soft travellers.
Oh, that is a blazing blade of Saurav Ganguly. Right out of his own.
The rocket. This has come out right out of the screws. He's given himself room and thrashed that through the offside. It was uppish, but in the gap.
I remember that when me and Kaif were batting, I could see stands getting empty. people were not expecting me to cap because we never really created such a big victory for India, and I could see the dressing room, I could see everybody upset. And once the partnership started going, everybody got involved in the game, Stan started to pick up again. And I got out a very crucial state. I could see Saurav, he was just holding his chains, holding his guards all the time. And you always know Saurav, he used to get nervous when other players were batting. And the moment the cap hit the winning runs, I mean, Saurav just lost it. He took his shirt off and he waved, and it was just a big celebration. And
Saurav Ganguly is thrilled to bits, but have a look at the Indian contingent in the crowd. Mohammad Kaif has played an outstanding innings, 87 from 75 balls. He, along with Yuvraj Singh, has fashioned.
Before we could realize, what is happening, I mean, it was over. And then we had a good laugh about it. He said, and I know exactly why he did that. Earlier we had seen Indian team lifting the World Cup in 1983, and now again, chasing 323 runs was a big thing. And we came from nowhere and we won. The feeling was incredible. We all went out that night, the whole team, the manager, everyone. Our friends were there, and it was great feeling. So all that put together, again we kept reminding him. And then after that also, so many guys, kids would do that. I've seen kids doing that, honestly. I mean, it was funny. It's one of those moments where, you're taken by surprise, and you watch that every now and then. Even after 7-8 years you watch that and you still can't stop laughing.
As Saurav cherished the honor of being captain and representing the entire nation, he could not avoid paying a small ransom which came with the territory. He travelled so extensively that it seemed like he was living out of a suitcase. He actually became a visitor to his own house.
It was great. It was great to see that face, and I didn't know that face would be so pretty. So it was great to see that face in a young little son. And I remember when I first came back from South Africa, my mother-in-law asked me to hold her in my lap. I was so scared that she would slip in between the arms that I didn't want to hold her. And I sat on the bed, in the middle of the bed, and held her in my arms. Not that I can still hold her in my arms. Now she jumps out of it. So it was great. It was great to have your own daughter. It's even greater to see her grow up, and she's a lovely girl actually. She's a sporting friendly girl. She loves sports. She loves running around. That's why she's so slim, and it's great. It's great fun.
The 2003 World Cup, the most important assignment in Saurav Ganguly's stint as captain.
Saurabh, India reached a World Cup final after 20 years. It was an amazing feeling for all of us. What were your feelings?
When we went to the World Cup, we were under a lot of fire. People were saying that we were not the right side who went to the World Cup. We didn't pick the right team. We didn't start off well. We lost to Australia and managed to beat Holland. But then the way we picked up after that, and we won 9 games in a row to get to the World Cup final. So it was a phenomenal run, those 1.5 months in South Africa.
In 2003, in the World Cup, initial period was a little tough for us. The first 2-3 games were tough for us. We won 2 out of 3 matches, but still there were alarming situations here and there.
He's nicked that. That is good bowling. Extra bounce for Bickel.
There were stones thrown at players' houses, their window panes broken, their car glasses broken, which was pretty sad. People should have understood that we were trying to do well. Sometimes in sport it doesn't happen. You want to give your best, and somehow the opposition plays better than you.
Sure.
So there was a discussion in the team that we need to stand up because we need to put an end to all this nonsense.
I guess we've been through a lot. I mean, both as individuals.
Is it true that you instructed your players not to speak to the commentators during the World Cup?
It's not fully true, but we were really hurt by some of the comments which were made. Being former players, it's important that you support the team, especially when the team's down, and especially when you have been through such situations. Every player understands that you fail. Probably you fail more than you succeed at this level. It's how well you do when you succeed. So from that point of view, we were a bit disappointed, and we had reports coming in that some people have got personal.
Punching his bat with his gloves.
He was coming straight out of the heart. He never used to think, but his interest was his team. He wanted India to do well. Okay, so if anything was obstructing that, he used to just say it off the cuff.
We knew that we had to deliver at the World Cup. It was a big stage, and we knew in a country where it's a huge passion, there were a lot of hopes on the World Cup. And we knew we had the team. Before New Zealand, over that 1 year span, we won every one-day competition. So we had the confidence, but the boys knew that it was time we delivered.
And after that, as a team, we gathered that momentum, which was special, which was fantastic. I have wonderful memories of that. And we went all the way to the finals, and then we all of a sudden realized that, we are in the finals, World Cup finals. And even now, when we look back, those couple of months just flew by because we were all training together, working hard and all that. And I think captain has a huge role to play there, to keep all the players motivated and to understand the strengths and the weaknesses of every individual. And Saurav understood that.
Now that's again taken the outside edge. Nehra is on a roll at the moment. Wickets continue to tumble as far as England are concerned.
It was a huge feat to reach the World Cup final on hard South African pitches, but India lost it against Ponting's Australia. But then, don't all classic romantic tales have a tragic end?
I definitely feel winning the toss and fielding first was the right decision because the way we bowled right throughout the tournament, we were getting teams out for 150. And we knew that the best Australia was in such good form. They had won 10 games till the final.